Hello, all you happy people. It's me, your bitter chick. Today, I want to talk about cheating. So, I know that it's it's kind of become common now. Dating nowadays is just such a difficult thing to do. For all of you in committed relationships, I envy you. Um, and what I really want to talk about today is support for people who have been cheated on. And I know it's not easy to go through that. It's not easy to talk about it. It's some for some people it's not even easy to like tell people, that you've been cheated on, or that you think your significant other is cheating on you. It's not easy. It's not easy to talk about it sometimes. Sometimes you get so mad and you just like want to tell everybody. And I'm just here to say, just talk about it. Talk about it and deal with it and do your best to move on. I mean, my whole bitter chick persona is based on not being able to move on. Um, it's it's been really difficult for me. I'm not exactly sure why, but it has taken a toll on me. Um, I've decided to retire. I wish from work. I wish I could retire from work because that'd be great. That would mean that I'm like, living the life. But I decided to retire from dating um, for many reasons. One reason because after having gone through breast cancer, having double mastectomy, I just don't feel very attractive enough to go out and start dating again. Um, which is it's something that is just a personal thing to me, and um, it's a personal choice. I decided to stay flat, and well, it was kind of not forced on me, but it is what it is, and I'll talk about that another time. But really, I just don't want to have to deal with people's shit anymore. I've gotten to the point where I just do not trust anyone. Unfortunately, it's not just relationship wise, it's gotten into just personally not trusting people in general. Um, and I think that's because, of what I went through, my experiences. And, that's what makes us and breaks us is our experiences. And it's easy to tell somebody, oh, you shouldn't let that happen, you shouldn't let that bring you down, or, um, you know, just because that happened to you once doesn't mean it's going to happen to you again. And not everybody's the same. But we are our experiences, whether in a good way or a bad way. That's how we grow from our experiences. And my experience with men is I can't trust them. That's just how it is. I can't trust them. Um, there comes a point where you wonder if you're you're overthinking, or just making things up, or you just don't know what to think sometimes. And it got to a point where, that old saying, how do you know if he's lying? Because his mouth is moving. And now that's all I can think is, I can't trust anybody. And the idea of having to get to know somebody, and introduce your lives to each other, your personal lives to each other, getting to know them. I can't put my heart into that again. It's pretty sad. Um, a lot of times what happens is, okay, I'm just gonna tell you about what happened with my experience. Um, I was dating an addict, a sex addict, and I will say he's a love addict too, but he will deny it from here to there. Um, but he just needed to be with women. Um, I would say he was an attention seeker, or he needed attention. He loved being in a relationship, but didn't want to call it a relationship. Now, this could be just with me, because he's had other relationships. But every time he came to me, it was not a relationship. So how am I supposed to take that? Well, after a while, at first I would say, like it's not me, it's him. And I didn't take it personally. Well, at first I did, but then I got to realize, like, it wasn't me. He was just not, that relationship type of person until he got into a relationship. And then after he broke up with her, he came back to me. And then we're still not in a relationship. And then ghosted me again. And then got into a relationship with somebody else. Like, here's the thing. Like, after it happens once or twice, I think, okay, like, we're just meant to be. We're soulmates. Um, I can't see myself with anybody else but this person. But when it just keeps happening over and over again, I know you're saying that I'm just stupid. I should have just, not ever talked to him again. But like I said, this guy was different. To me, this was the perfect person for me. Not the perfect person, but for me, he was perfect. So I thought whatever I could think. I told myself whatever I could tell myself to think that, we're supposed to be together. And after every time he left, I thought, okay, this is the last time. That's it. No more. But guess who it is again? And then I think again, oh, this is the last time. This is the time. This is going to be it. Like, we're both grown up. We're both too old for this shit. And this is it. And then again, ghost. So, when it happened the first time, I was about 40, I guess. Yeah, 40. And, I thought I was I was done with the dating scene. I was like, I was 40 years old. I was looking for somebody to, spend the rest of my life with because I was 40. And, I thought I found the right person. 3 kids, good career, artist, um, physically, perfect for me. It just worked. And I was very much under the impression that this was it. This was where I was gonna spend the rest of my life with. This is the person I was gonna spend the rest of my life with. And then after 7 months of dating, I believe 7 months, ghost. He ghosted me. I was I was broken. Like, I have to say that even after having been married, divorced, I was really just broken. And it got to a point where my friends came to me and said, "Hi, when's Michelle coming back?" It was heartbreaking. Like, I've never felt, like, physically felt heartbroken until this time. Yeah, it was just, I couldn't believe it. I was shocked. I felt like I was grieving. And when somebody does this to you, or when he did this to me, I need to stop talking about other people in general. When he did this to me and just did not offer me any kind of closure. First of all, I didn't see it happen. I didn't see it coming, right? But offering me no closure, I think that's what hurt me the most. Maybe we give too much credit to having closure. And some people are so good with not getting closure. They just don't give a shit. But for some reason, that just really got to me. I needed closure, and he never gave that to me. Why can't we sue people for things like that? I mean, okay, if you're going out with somebody for, like, a month, 2 months, 3 months, okay, and then they break up with you, like, it's like, okay, you know, it's like having a 90-day review and deciding it's not working, and you go off in your separate ways. But after having seen somebody for 6 months, 7 months, introducing your families to each other, your kids to each other, going out of state, or on trips with somebody, like, that's getting serious. And then to just disappear, how can somebody do that? I just, I don't understand. um it was really heartbreaking. um I mean, if I ever had any kind of emotional distress, I mean, this was it. I was 40 years old, and I was just dead inside. Dead inside. I felt it. Like, I felt physical pain in my heart, which I never really felt before. Um, like, physically hurt, but it was emotional. So weird. Like I don't even, I can't even explain. That's all I can say is I felt it in my heart physically. Nobody should have to feel that way. I mean, if somebody, I mean, I feel like somebody died, and I guess that was a part of me that died. Like I had to start grieving for myself, and I just couldn't, I couldn't do it because I didn't have closure, and I needed that. I really did. Would it have made things better? Probably not, because I was really hurt. But still, you know, after 6 months of dating, come on. We were together for 7 months, okay? That's that's a long time. That's a long, long time. A lot of intimacy, a lot of secrets, a lot of sharing. You know, it just, to just leave like that, I mean, it was horrible. Um, had I had money, I probably would have talked to a lawyer. They probably wouldn't have taken it because, you know, it's like he broke up with me. But it was causing me so much pain. And I think people need to be responsible for that, own up to that, you know. And the thing is that later on, I told him how much pain he had caused me, and he made it seem like he did nothing wrong. And he didn't believe me. Supposedly, he said he didn't believe me. You know, he didn't trust women, and you know, he was hurt when he was a child, and you know that's why he didn't trust women. Well, that doesn't make sense to me. Like, I don't know. I guess, like I said, we are our experiences. That's how we grow. That's what makes us. Our experiences make us. His experience when he was a child evolved into this mistrust of women. I get it. I totally get it. But now it's time for us to grow up, grow from those experiences. How can we learn from what we went through? You would think I would learn to like not go back to this guy after all this shit he's put me through, but of course, I I don't know what it is. And the thing is that I know that he hasn't just done this with me. He's done this with multiple people. It, and you know what? And the funny thing is that he's not even very attractive. I'm not saying I'm a beauty queen or anything, but if I saw him someplace, I wouldn't give him a second look, okay? Um, but there was just something about him. Yes, he had this like sweet voice. He, when you were there, when I was with him, like it was just him and I, you know, very, um, very intimate, very connected. And I felt that connection. And it's just, it amazes me that he didn't feel that same way. And with all that he said to me and all that, you know, we did together, it was really strange that he just did not feel that with me. And, but then after he breaks up with his, you know, relationships, and, you know, the, the, the three words that he always came back with was not "I love you," "I miss you." How many people have heard that? "I miss you." Well, whose fault is that? You know, it's not my fault. It's yours. But you chose it. So, what I want to say is I I always felt alone. Like, I don't know, sometimes when I really didn't really get into relationships after I had gotten divorced. Like, I'd been in two relationships, really. And um depending on that relationship kind of dictates how your relationships with others are. Well, again, let me speak about myself. That it just kind of dictated how my relationships were with others. And I felt alone. Like, I wanted somebody to, go chase this guy down and say, why aren't you talking to her? Or, give her an explanation. I wanted somebody to step up for me because I felt like I couldn't do it. And I tried and tried, and I couldn't do it on my own. And I couldn't ask somebody to, you know, go chase this guy down and find out what the hell is going on. What did I do? I couldn't. I felt alone. And I want to tell you that I'll be that person. If you need somebody to find out why somebody did something to you and you've tried and aren't getting any answers, I'll try too. You know, if somebody is trying to get back with you while they're, married or dating somebody else, like, how do you want to handle that? Do you want to tell his significant other? Not for not for her to know, but to get back at this person? Like, that's what I want to do sometimes. This guy calls me up or he doesn't call me because, he doesn't call me on the phone like a normal person. He emails me. And, I've been good about like keeping my shit to myself. Okay. I learned my lesson. One of the things I learned is not to post things online without permission and keep things secret. And, it really sucked that I felt like I had to do that. Um, and now I feel like, if you want to come at me while you're married, go ahead. But I'm not going to be silent anymore. I'm not going to keep your secret. I'm not going to be your secret. I want people to know like who the real you is. I know who you are, but you've been able to hide it from so many people for so long. But I know who you really are. And it's time that people know. Because you keep getting away with this shit. And it's not fair. It's not fair that I've been having this thing for you for 13 years. And then you marry somebody after you've been with them for less than a year. And now, they have you after knowing you for like 4 years. it just doesn't seem fair. It really doesn't. And I guess that's, another reason why I'm bitter. But here's the thing. If you live in Southern California, well, let me just say, like, if you live in the Valley Or if you send me a picture of you with somebody else who's, in a relationship with somebody, and you can give me proof that it's current, um, I'll send it to that. I'll send it to whoever they're dating so they can get caught. You know what? I'm just that fucking bitter. I'm done. I'm like so done with people who are, they don't agree with polyamorous relationships. They want to be monogamous. Like that's just how it is. But then they go cheat. Like, no. That's not how you're supposed to be. Like if you're in a committed relationship, a monogamous relationship, you don't go cheating with other people. That's just not how it works. Once you have to hide something from your significant other, that's cheating. Okay? So if you don't have anybody who will take that picture for you, you send me a message. Let's figure something out. You know when you're going to be together, I'll take that picture. Nothing nasty though, come on. I'll take that picture and I'll send it to their wife or girlfriend or boyfriend or whatever. Okay? Because that's enough. Like we need to stand up. We need to get things out in the open. And people are just getting away with too much shit nowadays. And it's just okay. It's just okay. You know why? Because good people, we don't tell people secrets. And, we, like, speaking for myself, I never said anything because I always thought that we were supposed to be together and he's going to come back to me and we're going to live happily ever after. And, I just really need to finally get to the point where I realize that maybe I was just not enough for him. I am not enough for him. And that's okay. I just need to move on. And it's getting to be really difficult. Like I said, I'm retired. I think this relationship has broken me, and I'll be okay one day. Right now is not the time, but one day I will be okay. But you know what? Let's get them. Let's get them all. Let's put their cheating butts on paper. No blackmail. I'm not about blackmail. I'm just about people, being responsible. Like if you can't be in a committed relationship, fucking don't be in a committed relationship. A lot of times, like with this person, how he looks to everybody is important to him. It's how, if it's not important to you how people see you, you're lying. You're lying to yourself. I can say I don't care what people think about me, but I do. I do. It matters to me. It matters to me how people see me. Whether it matters to me that, they think that I'm some well put together person and I'm not. I mean, come on. I mean, I want to look good to everybody. I don't want to look bad to anybody. Who wants to look bad to anybody? You want to look good to everybody that you see, that you know. Which is why I don't really talk about myself too much. Except for here, and now it's just all coming out. But, this guy, everybody who knows him thinks he's just the most wonderful person ever. And they don't know like how much he hurt me and continues to hurt me. Yes, I let him do that. I can't help it. That's how I feel. And it's just not right. So, if there's anybody out there who will be the one to take a picture of me, send it to me. I'll send it to his wife. Let me know. Girls gotta help other girls. Women power. That's it. Like, I'm here saying it to everybody. If you need me, I'm here. You just need to talk to me about somebody, I'm here. Right now, it's free. Send me a message, I'll respond to you. And I'll help as much as I can. We got to help each other out. We need to be responsible for what we do. And if other people can't, then let's just help them out a little bit, right? I'm tired of people taking advantage of other people. I'm tired of being left out, put down, let down by people. And they just don't give a shit. If you want, like, hey, own up to what you've done, own up to what you're doing, and I'll be okay with that. I'll be okay with that. But, for everybody seeing you be this, like, great guy and so caring, so loving, and don't realize that they're, like, killing people on the side. So that's fucked up, right? Yeah, let me know what you think. Let's talk about it. Send me questions. Send me an email. If you need help, you need to talk about something, just let me know. Like, you want it to be private, we can talk about it on air. You can ask me the question, I'll answer it on one episode. Let me know. This is Better Chick. Have a great day. Let me know if you like this video. Let me know if it's helpful. Leave me a comment, like, subscribe, all that great stuff.